Guys did such a great job last night. And you speak you, man.
I don't know if we'll qualify.
It was great, though. So, other guys, Kirsten, you did such a good job last night. Oh, you know, I did get a chance to see you, right?
Yes.
Last night and see you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty dangerous around here.
I picked it up. And I touched it.
Why'd you
And I didn't know. But you dropped it.
Oh shoot. My mom all the lip stuff I have on.
Really? Oh, I thought it was to get the hip.
Well, we need to, let's see, 750 plus
did you-
650, that's what, 1200?
Did you?
So we need another, let's see, 12.
You know. Why can I cut my drink so I don't mix it up? Eric, can you pass me that? It's right in there.
Okay.
Or you could just go to the. Then you just.
Whoa.
Would you believe what I have to put up with? 12 children. That's what I have to put up with. Now, mind you, they're not bad children. Actually, their father's probably more difficult than any of them. All his carrying on about efficiency and if it works in the factory, it'll work in my home. Nonsense. If it wasn't for his dear wife, Miss Lillian Gilbert, I would have left him years ago. All in all, they're not a bad sort to work for, but do you want me to take my word for it? After this evening, you yourself will be well acquainted with the members of the Gilbert household. Oh, I almost forgot. Since your guests in the Gilbert have come today, I'd like to ask that you demonstrate the utmost decorum by turning off any of those newfangled communication devices and refrain from any flash photography. And please no eating or drinking in the theater. There will be a 15-minute intermission after Act 1 during which you may enjoy food and drink. So please, make yourself comfortable and welcome to Chico by the Dozen.
Can you hear the music, Frank? I think it's coming from down the street.
I thought I heard something else.
Songs like that make you remember.
I thought I heard a whistle, like Daddy's whistle sounded called.
How did you hear that?
There. Funny how sounds made me like that.
It's Dad that stays with me.
Because he had an earth goal to be divided into 3 parts. Mother said that when the day the United States ended the First World War, Dad said,
stop and say 4 seconds.
But he could walk into the Zeiss works in Germany, or the Pierce Arrow plant in this country, and say he'd speed up production one for it, and then do it.
And the works in the factory would work it all. I guess with so many of us, sales scientific management are mental.
Even with a dozen, I don't think Dad was satisfied. I remember him looking us over and then saying to Mother, "Only 12? But never mind, Lily. You did the best you could."
Remember when Mother came home from her trip and asked if everything had run smoothly? Mother said, Father, he said, "Only had trouble with that one over there, but it could make you part of the line." Mother said, "That's no one of ours here, he belongs next door."
I remember that music coming from down the street. We used to sing that song.
A 3-part harmony.
I remember the whole family rolling along in the Pierce Arrow. Dad would lean against the seat and cock his hat to the side of his head. Mother would snuggle up against him as if she were cold. I remember her once turning around between songs and saying, "Right now is the happiest time in the world."
Maybe it was.
Maybe that's the time in a family, when you're all together, before anything's happened to any one of you.
Right now is the happiest time in the world. Remember when she said it again?
Dad, with his bad heart, about to leave to lecture at the World Management Conference in Europe. He was about to go and he whistled assembly call. We all came running, and it was the last time we were all together. He was trying to hug us all, and then Mother said it.
That's not the way I remember Dad. I remember color checking our fingers and a typewriting key, so even the babies will understand them. Or taking videos of us washing dishes so we can analyze them in the liberating voice of motion.
Painting diagrams on the wall of the solar system, or the difference between meters and yards, tapping out messages in Morse code, telling those who understood where candy was hidden.
And how he hated distraction. Remember he used to shout at those 2 noisy canaries?
The one he named "Shut Up!" and the other "You heard me!"
But the way I remember Dad best, he'd come bounding up the front steps with his arms full, bursting to try new ideas. He'd come roaring into the living room, take out his stopwatch and whistle suddenly called that next come right. Go on home! If you're not still, I wasn't too late. 14 seconds. That's pretty good. Can you take me off the record? Where's your mother?
Upstairs with the babies.
I had so many children because I thought that anything your mother and I worked together on was certain to be a success. Now I'm not so sure. Let me see your fingernails.
What, Daddy?
Fingernails. Long, dirty, like you've been biting them. Jackie, look at those nails. What do you think of them? You need a jackknife to keep your nails clean.
Gosh, Dad.
All you boys need jackknives. That's a little manicure set for you girls. I'll inspect your nails again. Now where can I put these?
What's in those boxes?
Is there something from those boxes, Daddy?
These boxes?
Come on and tell us.
Something special, something interesting and educational, but a lot of fun too. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Daddy.
Please.
Next week sometime.
Tell us now.
You're going to anyway.
You know you are.
Since you insist. These are 2 victuals and some records.
But we have control.
Downstairs.
Well,
These victuals are for the upstairs bathroom. One for the boys' bathroom and one for the girls' bathroom.
The bathrooms.
I'll bet we'll be the only family in town with victual in every bath.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I was thinking about the time you wasted in the bath. At first I thought it was an unavoidable delay.
here we go.
Then I thought of these victuals. You're gonna play them every morning while brushing teeth, washing faces, bathing.
Why?
Does there have to be a why for everything?
There doesn't have to, but with you, there always is.
When you start talking about Victrolas, dance music isn't the first thing that pops into our minds.
I admit it's not dance music.
We might start thinking about dances. What kind of records, Dad?
Language lessons, French and
Oh,
German.
Father.
You don't have to listen to them consciously. Just play them and finally they'll make an impression.
Not every morning in the bathroom.
I spent $160 on this equipment.
It's not a little about.
If you get your money back.
I don't want my money back. And if these victuals aren't done from the minute you get up and come down to breakfast, I don't know the reason why.
For one reason, it's impossible to change records while you're in the bathtub.
A person can be in and out of the tub in the time it takes for a record to play. That's why I taught motion study.
You didn't teach anything about taking a bath.
I'll now show you how to take a bath without wasting motion, without dabbling here and there and taking an hour. Dan, Fred, bring over that little rug over there. We'll take it to the bathtub.
You mean right now?
I mean at once. I'm in the bathtub. Yes, Daddy. A little more hot water, Jackie. Ah, that's fine. I have a cake of soap in my right hand. Now watch this one simple continuous motion from the top of my shoulder, at the top of my left arm, up the bottom of my arm, and down my left side. Same motion, other side.
Don't forget the back of your neck.
Hello, boss. I'm not forgetting a thing.
What's all that?
Fingernail inspection.
How about yours? Biting them again?
Let's see yours. I told you not to wash the dishes yourself.
The cook already has too much to do.
I'll handle that. It's just a matter of saving motion. Dishes or bathing, it's all the same thing. Continue. Give a little attention to your feet, the back of your neck, and you'll be out before you can say bonjour. Now you know all you need to know about taking a bath. Put the rug back and take the victuals upstairs. Now, boss, I'll talk to the cook.
We'll both talk.
Grandma, which goes in which bathroom?
We'll give the girls some French.
I much prefer French.
You're bold.
Is your both French and German?
I think it's Spanish.
Dad has a system for everything.
Even conjugating French and German verbs in the bathtub.
I wish you'd think of a system for interesting a couple of boys I know at school.
In what? In me?
Sometimes a person has to think of themselves. I did.
What do you mean?
I'm going to have it out with him.
Have what out?
Well, someone has to. Blind illness.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to stop dressing like a freak. Aren't you tired of all the boys thinking you're a freak?
Yes, but Dad said.
I don't care what he says. Cotton stockings. No wonder we never get asked anywhere. No boy would dare be seen with us. The way it looks, I'll be the only girl to go through Montclair High without once being asked to a dance. Whenever the telephone rings, it's just some girl.
A boy called yesterday. He wanted my notes on the second unit war.
You'd think it would impress fellows. I mean, knowing things like the touch system and the Morse code.
But it doesn't matter at all.
I had to do something. I bought some things. Some up-to-date things like other girls wear. And they look absolutely snaky. Careful, he might walk in any minute. Let him. I'm no sneak.
What'd you get?
Some short under things and silk stockings. Silk stockings! But when they're right here in this package. And I'm going to wear them. And I'm going to be asked to dances. And lots of boys will want to dance with me. And I'll be a really popular girl.
And if Dad starts letting you wear them, he'll have to let me wear them too.
And you! We have dates and going to dances! We can talk about our different boyfriends and compare notes and golly, silk stockings. And it's Dad! Boy, efficiency, that's all I hear.
You justify motion study.
Motion study is fun as long as somebody else's motions you're studying.
Better get along with dinner, Miss Fitzgerald. My husband told you to take care of it.
Lincoln freed the slaves, all but one. All but one.
We handle this the same way we would in a factory.
It isn't exactly the same.
Exactly. What works in the factory.
Yes, dear.
Well, sir, a wonderful surprise for you. We're going to try a wonderful new idea.
What kind of idea, Dad?
We're going to set up a family democracy. Mother's not going to run the house anymore. I'm not going to run it either.
Then who?
You are.
Me?
All of us. We're a democratic family council. We'll have a family democracy. You'll work out things for yourselves. You'll work out the questions that come up.
Oh gosh, Dad, we will?
You bet we will. You know how I get factories to set up joint employer-employee boards to make assignments on the basis of personal aptitudes?
Yes, but what kind of assignments, Dad?
This and that, and even work assignments. Now you're gonna love this, and it's a great step forward. You'll see. The Gilbreth Family Council is going into session right now. Arrange yourselves. Bring your mother a chair.
Just like the factory.
I now call this meeting to order. You'll notice I'm installed here as your chairman. I assume there are no objections. The chair, hearing no objections.
Mr. Chairman,
Out of order.
if this is going to be a democratic council, well, I think that the chairman should represent the common people.
You're very much out of order. The chair has the floor.
But you said you heard no objections, and I would object.
Out of order means you're out of order. Sit down. The first job of the council is to appoint the necessary work about the house. Does the chair hear any suggestions? Come, fellow members. How do you want to divide the work?
I don't think anyone wants to provide the work or otherwise be associated with it in any way, shape, or form.
In a democracy, everybody speaks. So start speaking. Dan, I recognize you. I'm warning you. Speak.
I think Tom and Mrs. Fitzgerald should do the work. They get paid for it.
You're no longer recognized. Bill, I recognize you.
I think Tom and Mrs. Johnson have enough work to do. So I think we should hire more people to help with the work.
Sit down. You're out of order too. Now, what, boss?
Of course, we could hire more help, but that means saving somewhere else. If we cut out all allowances,
Do I hear a motion to that effect? Wants to stop allowances. Moving pictures.
Seriously, we all have to help.
I move the boys to cut the grass and break the leaves.
And I move the girls sweep desks and do supper dishes. And everyone makes his own bed.
Except the chairman.
Except the chairman.
Second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There being no other business.
Mr. Chairman, I understand the purchasing of the rug.
Yes, it is.
Can the budget afford a new rug?
Seems to me as they have a good point, boss.
I plan to spend $100.
I move no more than $95 be spent.
I second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm afraid you lose on that one, boss. There being no other business.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I move we use the $5, but we just say to buy a new puppy.
Hey, wait a minute.
Second promotion.
Out of order. Very much out of order.
A dog would be a pet. We can all pet him, and I would be his master. A dog would sleep at the foot of my bed, and I would wash him when he was dirty.
A dog would be an accursed nuisance. He'd certainly be our master. Nobody would wash his filthy, bleeding carcass. He'd positively sleep on the foot of mine. Let's vote. Any pet that doesn't lay eggs is an extravagance.
Vote.
The meeting adjourned. How about adjourned at the
All those in favor?
Aye.
No!
I'm afraid you lose on that one, boss. I think this council is a very good idea.
There are lots of things we should take up.
I suppose next we want ponies, roadsters, trips to Hawaii, silk stockings.
Mr. Chairman,
What is it?
there's still further business I wish to place before the council.
And it's important.
I'll show you. I'm not hiding a thing. I want the entire family to see.
Shall I bring the babies down?
Be serious.
What is it?
To start off with these underthings, these teddies. I'm going to wear them.
You will not! Put them back in the box right now. It embarrasses me to even look at them.
I bought them with my own money.
We'll take those right back to the store.
There's only one other girl in school besides us who doesn't wear a teddy.
And if you don't believe us, come to school and see for yourself.
That won't be necessary.
Glad there's one other sensible girl at school besides you, but she doesn't even wear a teddy.
And if you don't believe
That
us,
still won't be necessary.
They're getting boy crazy, Dad. That's all they've ever talked about.
You see them eyeing on the boys in the hallways. They're in the lunchroom.
you little snakes. Shame on you. That isn't the only thing I bought. I bought silk stockings.
No!
And you didn't.
Might as well go barreling and wear these. You can see right through them. They're like the last of the 7 veils.
Now you know.
You want to know what'll happen to you if you go around showing your legs through those silk stockings?
What?
Never mind.
But that's the way everyone dresses today.
Boys don't notice that that's the way everyone dresses.
Don't tell me about boys. I know all about what boys notice.
You don't want us to be wallflowers.
I'd rather raise wallflowers than clinging vines.
I'm going to wear these. I will not be a wallflower anymore.
And I'm going to buy silk stockings too.
And me.
I won't let you out of the house with them.
Don't you see, Dad? I have never even been
No, he wouldn't.
But what could that reason be? Do you remember that one time when Dad bought the $5 dog? About 2 weeks after when Anne first showed Dad the silk stockings?
I remember the battle over those stockings.
But a little while after that, Dad and Dr. Brady had the long conference upstairs. They both came down together and Dad was joking.
And we didn't think anything about it. We didn't even have a suspicion.
That's the time.
They were so cheerful. Gosh, Frank, when a man with a dozen children is told his heart's on the blink, what's he gonna do?
That's what I'm getting at. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the reason he didn't want you girls thinking about boys, movies, and sodas all the time.
That wouldn't contribute to skipping grades at school.
But the further along in school, the more we knew about everything, the easier it'd be later on.
Of course.
We'd be able to take care of ourselves better. There'd be less of load on Mother.
You can't blame him for not wanting us to waste time on dates and things like that, but we didn't know.
And he didn't know either, like what Mother said about high school girls.
I guess boys and things. Dad must have figured was a shocking waste of time.
The way I remember, the first boy to call came on the same night Dad and Dr. Burton had the long conference.
Dad and the doctor went upstairs after dinner that night.
That's right, you and I were playing checkers over there.
And I was wishing the phone would ring, and it would be some fool back who was dying to meet me. I didn't pay much attention to checkers, or even to Dad.
But you should understand at the time what the doctor was saying to Dad. You should realize.
They seemed so casual. It passed like any other conversation, like any ordinary conversation might pass.
That's right, you're sitting there, now sitting here.
And we didn't think anything about it. We hardly noticed. I must have been dating.
Hey, your move.
What?
Your move.
Oh,
Sure.
of course I'm true. I suppose you feel proud of yourself?
Another game. Quacks, you're all quacks.
I hear so much. There must be something to it.
The guild brought off the rocket pioneer stock. No time for nonsense like being sick.
What about the Gilbert measles epidemic last spring?
Probably even the pioneers got the measles.
It's possible.
You old pig. Now you're trying to sit here and take out a 3-year magazine subscription?
Absolute waste of money.
What about a 1-year subscription?
I'd still save my money. If I were you, I'd ask about short-term subscriptions. Maybe 6 months.
That's a mighty short-term subscription.
A man with responsibilities does not want to waste his money.
Mr. Bones, I don't believe a word you say. Besides, I feel too good.
Fine then, won't have to worry about it. See you next week.
You bet you will.
What magazine are you subscribing to, Dad?
Never mind. What's this?
We already did our homework.
That's fine, but you don't have to stop there. Keep doing more and eventually you'll skip a grade.
But I skipped a grade last year.
Start thinking about next year. I don't want you to know that bad school system gives the children an average. That's when it is talking for discussion tonight. Silk stockings.
I've been wearing it to school, and I guess you might as well know it.
Next thing I know, you'll be wanting to paint yourself.
Everyone uses makeup nowadays.
They don't call it painting anymore.
I don't care what they call it. I won't have any painted women in this house.
What you want is a house full of old maids.
What I want for you to get on with things that matter by yourself, not leaving me to hound you all the time.
And the topic for tonight's family council is skipping grades at school.
Just by doing a little bit of organization around here.
I thought we voted all topics should be of general interest.
Better organization is always of general interest.
Dad's so smart, why can't I understand?
You poor thing.
Your move. Sure.
Of course.
Hey, wait a minute.
Another game.
No.
Get him out of here!
All the dumb dogs.
He's always on Dad's bed. He's crazy about Dad.
Through the big window, across the pulpit. Dad's bed.
Now it's right about the dog. Now I think he's right about everything.
Clothes, makeup, and everything.
They're still hoping boys get mad over them.
Over them?
What's so ridiculous about that?
Nothing, only.
Only what? If you've anything to say.
I just sort of think have that sort of effect on you.
And we've known you our whole lives. Maybe if one who doesn't know you as well.
Thanks for the compliment.
I think you're very good swimmers and at tennis.
We don't care for your opinion.
Other boys don't feel that way about us.
Do they?
I've never even heard the subject mentioned.
If you want an honest, frank answer,
We don't.
I'm looking into those silk stuff.
One day you're going to be surprised.
One day that phone's gonna ring. Oh, that phone's gonna ring. And it'll be.
Somebody for Dad? Hello? You want to speak with you? You absolutely sure? You haven't got her mixed up with anybody else?
Who's it for?
You don't mean Ann Gilbert, the one with the freckles? Are you still there? Oh my gosh, please don't hang up. Hey Ann, imagine a boy calling for you. Isn't this wonderful? Imagine for you.
Hello? Yes, this is Miss Ann Gilbert. Who? Oh, it's nice of you to call. Go ahead. Talk to him. Say something. I can't.
I'll take care of him. Oh, Fracture, you're small!
We're only kidding.
Hey, bring everything he needs to. You bad! Eat it!
No, nothing's the matter. Yes, this is a very good time to call. Where have I been all your life? Well, mostly I've been right here. Leave him alone. Oh, I'd love to have a soda with you. You mean now? And at night you don't have permission. Oh, that'll be fine. Just clip a little hoot on your horn when you get here. He's seeing you. Who is it? Joe Gale. Golly, the cheerleader in a car too.
He's a little strange.
What if he is? You can't expect to start with the captain of the football team. And maybe if some people start taking us out, then maybe other people will. Maybe. He's got the best car at school. You should hear it backfired.
What'll you tell Dad?
Sooner or later, he's going to have to realize.
Don't you think it's better if he realizes just a little bit at a time?
I don't know when I'll get another chance. I bet there'll be lots of people at the drugstore. Well, I bet there'll be almost everybody.
If Dad lets you go.
He might have a project. He's going to have to realize. I don't know.
It is the
Don't
start.
you see that? Don't you see? Because boys notice girls that other boys notice. And pretty soon you begin getting popular. And then you meet someone that you really want to meet.
And if he starts letting you have dates, he can't be so strict with us. No!
It's the start of everything. That's all. Oh, Mother! Mother, Mother, there was a phone call for me. A boy called me. That's nice. I think he's a very well brought up boy. He's the cheerleader. He asked me to have a vanilla soda with him down at the drugstore. When? Tonight. He said he's driving right over. He has his own car. I don't think tonight's a very good night. I think some other night when I played the first date I've ever had. There won't be any other night. Please, Mother, say something to Dad. I wish. Some other time. But when? When? I suppose you have to start sometime, though. I've already told him yes. Maybe we could bring it up at the end of the family council, if you'll be especially cooperative. I do hope this boy is quiet and reassuring type. Oh, he is.
He's small, too. Only that high.
Well, that's reassuring.
Now we'll see if skull gets fractured.
Bill, down that umbrella.
Bring it up. I'll try and explain this to dog. Maybe better mind the report. Surely stay out.
I jingle heat better. I now call this meeting to order. If there are any topics of general interest you'd like to bring up, here it is.
Chairman, and let's go and have our roller skates.
Not of general interest.
I'm interested.
Sit down.
The problem is, you always decide what's a general interest, and none of us get a chance. I don't think that's very democratic.
Nonsense. I'm always in favor of a family discussion of general interest before going into the business matter, and I don't ever recall being unreasonable reasonable as to the subject matter.
I might sometimes see a boy who's in my history class. He's the cheerleader.
Not of general interest.
He is. We're all very interested.
I'm not. I'm bored stiff. Now, Meg had said she might sometimes see a two-headed boy. That would be of general interest.
Would you cheer? I'd be very interested in two-headed boy.
Now, I have a really first-rate topic. I'm going to teach you a new method of multiplication that's bound to make a wonderful impression on your math teacher. Remember, a lot of little things like this add up to skipping grades in school.
Instead of getting into study.
That sum is of the utmost general interest. Before getting into mathematics, I have an announcement to make. I've been asked to speak at the World Management Conference in London, and despite the opposition of a few worries, I intend to go. But by jingo, I'm going to leave this family in smooth running condition without such a big load on your mother.
They're not such a load.
We're going to organize a purchasing committee to buy food, clothes, and equipment. Then you will elect a utilities officer to levy 5 cent fines of waste of water and electricity. A projects committee will see that all projects are completed on schedule.
Well, I'll help, of course, Dad. And since that's settled, well, I will be adjourned.
We need more system. I'm installing work charts in the bathroom. You'll initial them every day after brushing teeth, bathing, doing homework, and so forth. Then your mother just has to glance over at the charts.
I think we're all in favor. And I think we ought to adjourn. It's getting late. It sure is.
I want to see us have the most efficient household in the whole world. That will leave more time for your school study, your schoolwork.
We're all doing fine in our study. Could we go into that tomorrow?
I want you doing better. Skipping grades now and then, I don't want anything to interfere with your schoolwork.
We're all doing fine in our study. I mean, could we adjourn to the, please?
I second the motion.
Yeah, but your main job is getting ahead in school. And anything that detracts from that, your schoolwork.
Annie! Hey, Annie!
Are you in any way responsible for this noise?
I'm responsible.
Great Caesar's ghost, what's written on that car? Jump in, sardine, here's your 10.
There's more on the other side.
I asked Dad if she could have a soda with him. I think it might be all right.
But he's done all my homework.
Have a mathematics project.
Couldn't I get it from Ernestine later? I promise I'll...
Tell him to stop that.
Park the car, Joey! Come on in! Dad, please.
Frank, I won't have to embarrass Dad.
What do you want me to do? Go sit in the kitchen?
We're going to have a talk before we say anything to that boy. He may be very nice.
He's the cheerleader.
That settles it.
Frank, keep him in mind.
Anyway, these boys want more than mathematics.
Now what?
Hey, the gang's all here. What's the matter? Did you hear me, Mom? We heard you. So morning.
My brothers and sisters.
The babies are upstairs.
Some family.
You're the first cheerleader we ever saw close.
How do you like my tie? That's William Totar. Full of gold and tackle. See? Full of gold and tackle. So I'm tired, eh? See, it's getting late. You better show off.
I think maybe my dad will want to meet you first.
I think maybe he will. The gang's all down there. We have to get going.
Head guards, time to show us how to lead a cheer.
Yes.
Show the cheer.
I'd like to see that.
Sure thing.
No, not now. Are you crazy?
I'll show you one cheer. That'll be fun. Okay? Okay.
No,
Don't worry. Follow me. Let's have a hoorah, ready to tiger from one clear eye. A hoorah, ready to tiger. I want to hear you holler now. Hoo! Hurrah!
Hooray!
Dad, I'd like you to meet Mr. Joe Scales.
How do you do, young man?
Hi, Mom. Remember?
Joe asked me to have a soda with him down at the drugstore. He says the game's all down there.
How about our mathematics project?
I'd like to, Dad.
I'm always reasonable. A soda shouldn't take long.
You mean I can go?
Sure you can, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Now let's see, I could take out 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Take time out for what?
It's a chaperone, of course.
A chaperone with me?
You didn't think I was letting her out of the house alone with you, did you?
What's wrong with me?
It'd take more than 15 minutes to answer that
I can't walk into the drugstore in front of everybody, followed by a girl's father.
one. What's wrong with me?
That, young man, is what they call a rhetorical question. I don't care if it is. I'm not going to be chaperone at any drugstore.
Please, Joe.
Don't you trust your own flesh and blood?
I trust all my children. It's cheerleaders I don't trust.
If that's the way you feel, I'm out of here. I'll get sorted else.
A judicious decision.
Joe, wait till I talk to you.
We're up to all the guys at the drugstore having you get Gilbert.
You're not going to tell everyone. It isn't Anne's fault.
We're a builder. You won't get any more of these with me.
Who ran a tire for us?
Huh? Dad! Joe, wait till I talk. Oh, I don't see what the harm would have been for me to go have a soda with him. He's going to tell everyone. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Cheerleaders. Absolute waste of time. Let's just spend a little time on a mathematics project, then we can go to the movies and have lots of candy and popcorn and have a wonderful time.
Oh, you don't understand. Nobody in this family understands me. Oh, I wish I were dead.
What a thing to win. No more nonsense now. I'm going to teach you how to multiply two-digit numbers in your head. The first example, 46 times 46. You see how much more 46 is than 25. Then you see how much less 46 is than 50.
There it goes.
The answer is 4. Square the 4 and you get 16.
You must have shut the window.
Remember when you did the choices to do that?
And clap your hands, here comes Charlie, stumbling, and me and the boyfriend.
You guys see Mama every night, but I can't see Mama at all.
Those tunes make me think of a cheerleader back at Montclair High. I can't recollect his name.
Joe Skills. Some cheapcake.
Women youth had really caught fire, except at our house.
With our house, there was a dad.
And he thought our generation was riding straight for the devil.
In a suitably inscribed
In a stripped-down Model T, suitably inscribed with,
chicken, goose, 4 wheels, no brakes, continue love.
but those jalopies were just as good as our own car.
Remember riding in the Pierce Down? Someone would shout, I see 12 kids. Dad would shout back, these aren't all of them. You gotta see the ones I left at home. Once someone shouted, what are you doing in that old ark? Dad shouted back, these aren't all. Or, no, actually, these are all the animals you got. I'm still collecting more. All I need is a jackass, hop in.
I remember. The most embarrassing part is when we come to a toll bridge and Dad would play his favorite game. He'd guess the nationality of the collector. And then, hey, could my Irishman come cheaper by the dozen?
Irishman sure wasn't meant for a family like this to pay toll.
Sometimes it was a Dutch collector.
Ah, with a fine love to healthy Dutch. Drive through, on that.
Even out for a drive, Dad couldn't stop teaching. I mean, if we passed the factory, they'd explain how to use the plumb line to keep the chimney straight.
Because he isn't a busy. It's such a rush for us. I guess it's so many of us. But you were terrible as a head.
The purchasing committee got wholesale rates from underwear to baseball. And just look at the things on camp food when we ordered direct by the truckload.
How about 96 jars of peanut butter?
Everybody likes lots of peanut butter.
Not me. Not anymore.
The purchasing committee was a wonderful idea. It eliminated waste motions and made things easier on Mother.
But you girls didn't think that way back then. I was talking about for boys and kids.
That's because a boy really dared call at our house. That little cheerleader did everything but nail a quarantine sign on our door.
I remember Anne burning up. I'm living till it only be described as hell on earth.
And Dad picked that particular time to step up the efficiency program.
You didn't exactly pick that time.
I didn't mean.
Sure, none of us knew. We just thought it was extra efficient.
Like the time the lady psychology teacher came to give us those examinations.
We didn't know those exams meant that I could graduate ahead of us.
Dad's master plan. He was so anxious to get Anne through school right then, so she'd be free to help Mother. But she missed the test completely, and most of dinner. Oh, Dad was wild. He kept checking his watch every 3 minutes. If the psychology teacher hadn't been there, he'd have been roaring like a lion.
You and I finished the exams early, and so did some of the others, I guess. They got upstairs.
Hey, that music. That's not coming from down the street. That's from our controllers. That's upstairs.
The girls' bathroom.
The boys.
We're all adults.
Dad's not enough as it is.
Boiling, where's his mom?
Before Dad.
Quiet! Shut up that noise! Say quiet! You two! Who's playing those? I'm gonna come in. Where's the
der Ball? Der Ball ist rund. Ist der Ball rund? Ja, der Ball ist rund. Ist der Ball schwarz? Come on, der Ball ist schwarz.
No, he's trying to get around me now. Turn them off and come down. Turn them off. That psychology teacher will think I told them to turn on those language lessons. She'll think I'm trying to impress her.
Well, aren't you?
How did you do on our two examination?
Practically perfect.
Me too. It'd take you too long to finish. You and whoever turned on those records.
Who did a bit?
Bonsoir, mon Pierre.
Spend half as much time improving your minds as you do memorizing those stupid songs. You could have the Quran memorized forwards and backwards.
Ich bin thirsty, danke, ist das Wasser ist kalt. Ich muss ein Apfel haben.
Frere Shaka, dome.
Ich weiß, was soll es bedeuten, bin so traurig.
Sonne la matin.
Ein Maschen aus alten Zeiten,
Ding dong.
was kommt hier?
Spit. No, let's one of the controls and have more jazz. Da-dee-da-da-da-da. Let's have that record. I'll love my sweetie forever and a day.
That's not a record. You made it up.
Maybe not, but take it from me. That's well above average.
We bought those jazz records with our own money. And earned me. Who wants to recite the Quran backwards?
Look at these report cards you brought home this afternoon.
What's so wrong with a B average?
Last year you got straight A's.
Last year I skipped a grade. It takes a while to catch up.
Just the same. These afternoons in the drugstore with boys. Listening to jazz, drinking sodas. I told you it wouldn't help your marks, and this proves I was right.
We hardly spend any time with boys.
We don't have what some people would call a normal social life. Some people have dates on school nights.
It's practically night now. In a school night. Where's your sister?
We told you 10 times.
We went to a movie with the boy.
All afternoon, she missed dinner. She's missing the examination. She knows she should be home.
Bill went with her.
She remembered your rule, a brother on every date.
But she's making him miss the examination too. Why didn't she just bring the boy to the house instead of running off like this?
Why?
Yes, why?
Because of the way you scared Joe Scales. He's got the rest of the boys afraid to come here. Even that friend of mine.
You mean the one with the motorcycle? The one that keeps buzzing the house with that noisy contraption at all hours?
He's working on his nerve to come in.
What's he afraid of?
You!
Me? Why would any boy be afraid of me?
I think it's that.
Learn how to tell your all this is from men on the drugs. That boy doesn't know much longer.
She already told him.
He's stopping. Maybe he'll come in. There he goes.
Joe Scales worries much about her.
No, for all I know, she eloped.
She went to a movie.
Mrs. Gill, I'm not giving any help in the kitchen.
With all his examinations, things are upset.
Hop to it.
Martin, you're better seat at the babies.
Not supposed to wash dishes. What about Dad and Lily and Jackie too?
They're finishing the exam.
Now I know why they're taking so long.
I thought they were a scream at dinner.
Who?
The woman examiner?
Miss Brill.
She came late and trying to catch up. Jackie tried to be so helpful. He told her, no need to go on your grave like pig. If you finish ahead of you, we'll wait till you're through.
They made a bad impression.
And Lillian.
She thinks family rules apply to guests.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't pass your dessert until you finish your one piece.
It didn't help that Jack asked if what Miss Brill was saying was of general interest.
As a matter of fact, I don't think they care much for Miss Brill. And I don't either. I don't think she's being fair.
Oh, fine, teachers. Why do you have to get that one?
She asks all sorts of slanted questions, and I don't think she's marking the papers fairly.
Yes, and she's blocking my most important plan.
Plan? I thought this was just one of the school's research projects.
That too.
Does this have anything to do with all your trips to school?
With Anne's record, it's ridiculous for her to have to mark time with the class paper on the effects of home education, and naturally he came to the right place.
Naturally.
I told him he could have his Miss Thrill super on all she wants, but in return he has to do something for me.
Is he going to give Anne his diploma?
If her mark is good enough, 5 people it better be. What's the matter with that girl?
I presume you're talking about your daughter Anne.
There's not something about with any of our children.
We'll find that out with the great Anne's paper.
And when will that be?
Don't worry, she'll be here. She's the youngest girl in her class and always gets A's.
Where did she go?
She went to a movie.
These examinations are a little more than important. They're for the superintendent.
I know, but they're foreign, they're important to me too.
The superintendent directed me to give these tests. Does this mean I approve of anyone graduating out of her class? And if she doesn't show up, that's perfectly all right with me.
She'll be back any minute.
What have you learned so far about the others?
The results aren't conclusive.
Inconclusive? What's inconclusive about them?
I have to interpret the results.
Interpret? Here's something to interpret. Oh, press forward. Press forward. 10 seconds. Wow. Doesn't count. Bill and your older sister aren't here. Frank, what's 46 times 46?
2116.
Dan, 19 times 17. 323. Martha, 52 times 52.
2704.
Good girl.
You've coached them.
I've taught them. Do you know the capital of Columbia? Do you know the population of Des Moines according to the last census? Of course you do. But so does Dan. So does Lily. So does Baby Jane upstairs. I bring her down, so it's time for a bottle.
Now you're being ridiculous.
What's 16 times 16?
Well, I'm really.
256.
There, 17 times 17.
289.
Good, Jackie boy. Boss, we better keep that one.
I have some questions you'd like to ask?
To help you interpret it.
Have all these proper examinations?
No questions? Dismissed. Get along with things now.
Fred, Thomas Fitzgerald is using dinner.
Sure.
There's no harm in home studies. You shouldn't try to do so much with them.
Why not?
If everyone went in for a regular education like that, there'd be chaos.
Maybe you just want to mark the paper to see how much chaos you find.
You can use the dining room table.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, I'll look over your shoulder.
I do mind.
Really?
You'll go.
Go down and lie down in front of the wall. Dr. Curtin said it's good to lie down a little after dinner.
He's an old go too.
But the rest won't hurt you.
Get here! Out of here!
Oh, don't you ever learn?
Oh, why don't we stand here? Whenever my dad dance in a place that a mark is there. Why don't we stand there?
Just attracts dogs.
Come on in, Larry. Just my house.
I'm starved.
Then go
Don't worry, and don't think I didn't notice.
Notice what?
Remember that silly part in the movie? The part all about love? I saw you two hold hands.
That's a lie.
If anything like that happened for maybe 10 seconds, it was just because of the movie and entirely involuntary.
Really?
It was just that kind of movie.
Oh,
See?
having you tag along is simply unendurable.
And I suppose you think it's durable to me? I'm starved.
Kid brothers.
In case you didn't know it, I have 6 of them. 6 berserk kid brothers.
I already know.
Thank heavens.
Say, I bet you're getting hungry.
Hungry.
I'm eating this dinner.
I miss dinner all the time. I hate dinner. In fact, if there's one thing on this earth I don't care if I miss, it's dinner.
I don't seem to be very hungry either.
You're not?
Of course, I ate an awful lot of popcorn.
And gumdrops.
Of course, that never seemed to interfere with my appetite before. Say, would you like to go to a dance?
I mean, I can probably fit it into my schedule. Depending on when the dance is.
Tonight, a bunch of the seniors.
It just so happens tonight I'm free.
Swell! One change and be back for you in half an hour. I'm glad your dad is old-fashioned about letting you go out on school nights.
School night? Wait, Larry! There's someone I have to check with first.
Some other boy?
Well, he's male.
I didn't think you were the kind that stalls a fella and sees if she can get a better date.
I'm not.
Honestly?
Honestly. What? I'd rather go to the dance with you than, well, anybody.
That's different.
At it again. The minute my back is turned.
You don't have to sneak up on someone. You can cough or something.
Just try coughing when your mouth is full of peanut butter.
I hope he doesn't get your dad worried.
Oh, he better not.
I've heard about your father.
Lots of people hear about Dad and his work.
What's exactly about his work?
The way he eliminates waste motion and things like that. What did you hear?
Telling the truth, I'm almost afraid to come here.
No.
I didn't know whether to ask you on a date or not.
You haven't been listening to that little cheerleader, that little Joe Scales.
How'd you know?
Why, the thing that boy says about my father. Why, he'd say anything.
He would?
The way he talks about him, you would think he was some sort of monster, when actually,
Yeah?
he's friendly and agreeable and witty, and has one of the sweetest tempers.
So she's back, is she?
And all those rumors, just absurd.
Glad to hear it.
What took her so long?
He must be calling to someone at the back of the house. When he calls to someone at the back of the house, you can often hear him in the front of the house.
I guess you can.
No reason why I shouldn't come here.
You mean that boy's down there right now?
Shush, Frank.
I won't shush.
I better be getting along.
Yes, you better.
Guess I better.
Larry, about the dance. I mean,
Yes?
what I mean is, will you be coming back?
Bye, Gino!
Will you?
I invited you to the dance, didn't I? Be seeing you.
Look at her.
I told you if I started dressing like other girls, everything would be alright and I'd be popular.
Popular, missing dinner, dodging tests, and by jingo, you started painting yourself too.
I haven't.
I can see the paint. Perfume. You started using perfume.
Frank, she hasn't even had her dinner yet.
It's her fault. Perfume.
Just one, Dad. Why not? It's not painting or makeup and it smells so good.
Why not? Because it stinks up the good fresh air. That's why not. You're going to wash it off.
She's going to eat something first.
Me too.
I'm not hungry. I want to get the examination over with first. I have something to do later.
Probably something to do with that boy.
Oh, why do I have to have brothers tagging along with me when I go somewhere with someone? It's intolerable, really. I don't know why any boy bothers me.
Well, I do. Even if you don't. That's why a brother always goes along.
Supposing I wanted to go to a dance. A really important dance that just so happens to fall on a school night. Now, we can think of that when the time comes. Mother? Dad?
No more nonsense now. All this time. Perfume painting your face.
It's awful.
You go to the diner and report to Miss Grill.
And
Now, Frank.
alright, then you handle it. Wasting time, missing dinner, dodging tests, perfume painting. Thank heavens my other daughter got a little bit. Not quite so. Not quite so silly.
It's my psychopath! Maybe you'll stop this time!
Oh.
There he goes. Hi, Anne. Where were you? Mother, I gave you one dab of perfume, but I didn't use any makeup at all. Not any. See? I'll explain to Dad later. It's just color. The color's very good tonight. There's a reason. Who'd you go with? That fullback? Larry. Mother had such a wonderful afternoon. We shouldn't have stayed so long. We worried about you, especially your father. Oh, why does Dad care so much? What if I do waste one afternoon? He wants everything efficient and organized before he leaves for Europe. Besides, there's this test. Why'd they have to send that? Miss Drill. I'm sure she's a fine teacher, dear. I'll tell her you're here. What's up? What's going on? Larry asked me to a dance. He's coming right back to me.
Even I didn't have much trouble with the written part.
And the word association test, there's nothing to it.
She just shoots 5 words at me.
Swell. Blood and an awful rush.
You know, if I told you the 5 words, you could really pour it on her when she asks. Well, don't.
You mean no? If every time she asked you a word, you could say a lot of answers. A whole string of associated words.
Of course it wouldn't be right to be told and the words of the test.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be wrong to tell her that the first word is knife. No! Or that the second word is black. Don't! Flick, hair, bird. Oh, you shouldn't have told me.
No, you shouldn't have told her that the 5 words are knife, black, foot, hair, bird. Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Gee, Anne, I'm sorry. Try to get them out of your head. No. Try to forget the 5 words are knife, black, foot, hair, bird. Oh, forget them. After the way you've been drumming them in. Good night. I'm already thinking of the answers. Oh,
Aren't you ever going to get down to business?
right now.
I thought your mother told you to see to the babies.
We were seeing to them.
Until a motorcycle passes by the house.
I think motorcycles are wonderful. You can make a lot of noise with a motorcycle.
And it's just breezing through the test.
About time she did some breathing.
I think she has a crush on one of the boys at school.
Well, I'll scurry the charts I wrote down. Rotations of duties and assignments and records of results. I want to get this all functioning before I leave.
I wish you wouldn't go. Dr. Burton says...
Dr. Burton, Dr. Burton. We better figure out some way to knock some sense into our older daughters.
They're perfectly normal. At least, they want to be.
What they want to do is wasting a lot of time. And time's too precious.
It's really so important to go to this management conference.
A conference like this would give me a chance to show motion straight to the world. The world could use a little more efficiency. Besides, it's good business. It costs a lot to run a family like this.
Remember when we first talked about the family we have, our wedding day? We said we have a wonderful life and a wonderful family, a great big family.
I warned you, children, from the basement to the attic, from the floorboards to the chandeliers.
When we went in our Sunday walk, we looked like Mr. and Mrs. Pied Piper.
Mrs. Piper, she can't be Mr. Piper. Mr. Piper be Mrs. Piper.
And I asked you how many children, just as an estimate. And you told me, just as an estimate, many.
That day on the train, you tried to appear so blasé as if we'd been married 3 years.
And when I took off my hat and gave that loud whisper, good Lord, woman, why didn't you tell me your hair was that color? Everyone turned to the ear and waited.
I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm just so proud of you. I want everyone to look at you and know that you are my wife. I think the work charts and committees are working out fine. The house is getting so it can run itself.
It's got almost everything, Mr. Piper.
Thank you, Mrs. Piper.
I don't think she's taking the test seriously. She's just marking down answers on the page as fast as she can go.
She said something about being in a hurry.
Perhaps she has something more important to do.
What is it?
You're not supposed to leave the table till you're finished.
It is finished.
That's impossible.
It's finished.
You answered all the questions. The best you could.
Honestly, Dad, it was a snap. A snap? We'll just see on to snap. It is.
You bet we'll see.
What does Siacha?
What's the matter?
There doesn't seem to be anything the matter.
You have room.
Let me see. The next word was bird. You said egg, song. That's it. You knew the next word was bird.
How could she know?
You did know, didn't you? And you knew the IQ exam too, didn't you?
No, just those words. It was a joke.
I see it through the whole thing. You're all nasty little cheats.
Miss Brill.
I told her the word envy. Yes, you all cheated.
No, it was just me.
I see the way you get through school so fast. I'll certainly report this whole thing to the superintendent.
But I didn't know the test meant anything.
This ends graduation talk, and I'll recommend some of this great stuff you be doing with early reviews.
Just mine. No one else's.
The lots of you.
Gosh, Dad, I couldn't help it.
Couldn't help it? What do you mean you couldn't help it?
Oh, how did all this happen? I had such a
thing to do. Really.
Sure. You're right, Dad. We might as well finish the dishes.
Let's get back to the babies.
Dad, she'll be okay. I'll not pay the rent until we're here.
I'll serve the pain. I couldn't let off with dads like that. It's a question of the whole program. And that's much more important. Time's too precious.
Well, of course it is, Dad.
That's the whole thing. Time is so precious.
Well, they're all gone. But I'm all out of the living room. It's so quiet and peaceful.
Certainly is. I hate it.
Song just in my mind, or do you hear it too?
I hear it too.
I don't know why, but it makes me think of the afternoon Dad left for Europe.
Remember what Mother said? She was right.
When you're all together, it's the happiest time in the world.
She said it to us like she meant us to remember.
It didn't occur to us that Dad had any intention of dying till he was good and ready.
But it occurred to Anne. I think something happened afternoon that made her suspect.
The way I remember, Anne spent most of the afternoon taking a review exam for the school board. She was so late coming home. Dad was worried he might not even get to see her.
She wanted to show something to Dad before he left.
Misunderstanding with Dad, Anne really took it to heart. She felt so awful.
I bet Dad felt even worse.
You could tell. When we put on the show for him that afternoon, he smiled and acted as though he thought it was wonderful, but you could tell.
He kept watching for Anne.
It was his favorite show, too. Our impression of him and Mother.
I still know it by heart.
You always took the role of Dad. I was Mother.
Remember? Our first guest tonight is Lillian Muller-Gilbreth.
Hello, Charlotte. So nice to see you here. Grace, I like your new hat. Why, Jenny, you bobbed your hair. I'm not going to make a speech, but I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Mrs. Gilbreth, did you want such a large family, and if so, why?
Any other questions?
Who really wears the pants in your household?
Any other questions?
Thank you, Mrs. Gilbreth, for your enlightening answers.
Our next speaker is Mr. Frank Bunker Gilbert. Please keep your seats. Don't be frightened now. He promised to limit himself to 2 hours and to not say the one best way to do work more than twice in the same sentence.
For the purpose of convenience, I've divided my speech into 30 main headings and 117 subheadings. I commence with the first main heading.
Mr. Gilbert, the superintendent at the factory here needs your advice at once.
We'll all be right over. My gosh, 3 seconds. Are y'all reasonably sanitary? All dry? All right, follow me.
Mr. Gilbert, I am the superintendent of this factory.
You call this a factory?
Christmas of the fall human. Those your children is a picnic.
They're my children, and it's no picnic.
How do you like my Bolivian? Bolivians come cheaper by the dozen. Do you think I should keep them all?
I think you should keep them all.
Oh. Jackie boy, take your fingers out of your mouth and explain to the superintendent what's so inefficient about this drill press.
That thing a drill press?
Ha! Precisely. Lily, in simple language.
The position of the hand lever is such that the British motion will have to transfer holder and transfer empty, and the working of operators at the TV level.
Heavens, Mr. Gilbert, tell your children to stop climbing over my machinery.
The trained engineers. I trained them myself.
Oh, look at that little Bolivian squatting over my buzzsaw. Oh, I can't watch. Don't let him squat any lower.
Don't worry. Children learn by doing.
Ah! I lose more children in factories. Now the rest of you keep away from that buzzsaw. You hear me?
Somebody make a note of that. Say down in places is set for supper. Goodbye, sir.
It's your turn now. And the parent did have any trouble, it's just because they don't know how to put together a proper examination. Some teachers don't know their business.
Aren't you going to do any minstrel show for us?
Father has a lot to do before the leaves. Please, just do a little, Daddy.
Too much on my mind. Really?
Oh, but you'll be gone for a really long time. You always do that part in the show.
I just don't much feel like it. Anna!
Hi, Dad. I didn't mean to be late. How'd you do?
Did you show that Miss Brill in her school board?
Dad, it was a hard examination. I don't know how I did.
I'm sure you did fine. But you took so long. I was beginning to worry.
Yeah, I tried my best, Dad. My really best. I would have been home in time.
Of course you did. I was just afraid you wouldn't get home in time. Mr. Bones, I say Mr. Bones.
Yeah, Dad.
How does he get the water into watermelon? Well, I don't know. How does he get the water into watermelon? Why plant them in the spring? Does you know Isabella? Isabella? Why, sure, Isabella necessary on a bicycle.
I said I'll snap you. No decent food on canes. There's ice cream and cookies for the rest of you children.
I don't know about this. When it comes to ice cream, you're right on the job. But when it comes to our project, you're as slow as molasses.
Hey, Dad.
What do you think, boss?
Did you say molasses, Mr. Bones? Why, I ain't had no lasses. Come along, Shed.
Glad you finished up and got home.
I would have been home on time. I mean, I wouldn't let anything.
I'll bet you made them feel foolish on insisting on a review examination.
I don't know.
Of course you did. All you had to do was get the foolishness out of your mind so you could do the best you could.
Dad, I tried my best. My really best, but
I haven't got the foolishness out of my mind.
And
Oh, Dad.
she's been studying herself sick. I just can't help it.
I don't understand why you haven't more sense.
Dad!
Sometimes it seems like he's the strictest father in town. I'm glad we're not doing this. By the time he gets to us, things will be taken for granted.
Were there any calls for me or anything when I was away? Larry, did he say anything? Did you say anything? A little. How? I just helped your cause. I didn't just let him think you've been studying all the time for some exam. That's so drab. I gave him something colorful to think about. What? About all your other dates? No! I'm not so dumb.
Anytime motorcycle Matt calls, just leave your brilliance to yourself.
What's the matter? Oh no, thank gosh, Mart. I can't help it if neither of you understand men.
Don't understand men. Just watch how I handle Matt.
He won't even slow down.
Oh, he better.
What do you mean?
You know that place where he swings in on his motorcycle? This is the last time he swings. You gave him the idea.
What idea?
Nails and broken glass.
I was joking. We have to warn him. Oh, I think he's been missing.
Got it!
Oh my gosh! It's Larry.
What's Larry doing on Matt's motorcycle?
Oh no.
The poor guy.
Oh.
Whose idea was this?
The idea was Anne's.
Now you have to give me the runaround. Now you're trying to kill me.
Kill you?
You've got it all wrong.
Really?
People get put to jail for things like this.
You're not going to put me in jail, are you?
Well, no.
You can put me in jail if you want to.
Why would I want you in jail? Even if you are running around with college boys like that you were studying. Even if you have accepted 3 fraternity pins at the same time.
My ice cream is probably melting. If you'll excuse me.
I still don't see why I put those nails in the drive.
Oh, I didn't. I may have suggested it once. As a joke.
My ice cream. It's probably melted too.
I thought you were so different.
I am.
I used to think so. I used to think you were sincere and knew a lot of things. I brought that
them? Things like heart trouble.
Mother, is that why Dr. Burton's always coming over to the house?
It's nothing for you to get excited about.
Mother, does Dad have heart trouble?
You see,
Does he?
you're so eager to grow up.
Oh, Mother!
Of course he wants everything efficient and organized. Of course he wants you all getting ahead as fast as possible.
Mother!
There, it isn't that bad. If I'd only known. There, Dad. It's really not that bad.
Boss, I've got to put up a cross-section graph.
I can show them all later.
What is it, Dad?
1,000 lines long and 1,000 lines wide. That makes 1 million little squares. 1 million! You hear people talk a lot about big numbers these days, but not an awful lot of people know what a million is.
Do you have $1 million, Daddy?
No, I have 1 million children instead. Somewhere along the line, I have to choose between the two.
I can take it, Dad. I'll show him how it works later.
Later this afternoon. Don't you like ice cream anymore?
Me?
Boss, come up with me while I say goodbye to the babies.
What will you bring back for them, Mr. Piper? Slide rules?
Why, Mrs. Piper, what a wonderful suggestion.
Just a tire in a bent mudguard could be much worse.
What?
The motorcycle.
Oh,
They cost money, you know.
maybe Irving and I can help pay for the damages. Gradually.
Of course, it looks pretty old and beat up anyway.
Whatever the cost.
And
Yes?
how come you spend all your time running around with college boys while you're supposed to be studying? I don't think you're that kind of girl.
I'm not.
You don't have to pretend with me.
I'm not pretending. Well, I don't think people should pretend with other people.
I don't either.
At it again. Shocking.
You sure have a wonderful sense of timing.
Larry, with my dad leaving and all, I'd better see if I can help.
Sure thing. You really haven't accepted 3 fraternity pins. I mean, I didn't think your dad.
Of course not. I won't have any time for any nonsense like that.
What do you mean?
Sometimes a person has to push ahead with things that are important. Sometimes there's a reason.
Like going to a dance with me that won't be important?
You don't understand. Well, I don't even understand myself.
What?
Reasons. I can't explain. Why, there's so much to do. I won't have much time.
Not even for the senior prom?
You mean you're asking them? No. It wouldn't be right. With Dad leaving and all, things need to be pushed along.
You won't go?
Oh, I can't.
Don't you enter the doorbell anymore?
Gosh, Dad, I didn't hear it.
You weren't listening.
Hello, Mr. Gilbert.
I thought you wanted to go to the dance.
I do, but I can't go if you won't let me.
I wonder. Good heaven. Should I
Who is it? Oh,
Won't you sit down?
I understand you're leaving, so I'll be brief. Did you mark my paper? The superintendent marked it himself.
Yes.
It's obvious to me that she cheated again.
Miss Brill,
You know I didn't. You watch me every minute.
I don't claim to know how.
get to the point. I'm in a hurry.
That's why I'll step right over. So,
What was my mark?
I'm getting to it.
Please tell me what it was.
Did she pass?
Yes.
Was it good paper?
Yes.
Was anything wrong with her paper?
No.
Darling.
There's no more question about when she graduates.
That's what I was told to tell you. She's to graduate at the end of this semester.
Thank you, Miss Brill.
Now, to excuse me.
What's 19 times 36?
Really?
19 times 36?
I am not taking a test. Good day.
It's 684.
I'm so glad. I was worried.
Nonsense. Your sister did wonderfully.
Snake hips.
Knew she would.
Insisted she take the exam. Forced it on her.
I didn't really cheat the first time, Dad.
I know. More than I explained. I haven't felt so good in years.
And after you get on home
It was nice of you to stop by.
about the prom,
As I was going to say, when it seems to me as though you're growing up.
She is. More than you know.
When a girl begins to grow up, it doesn't hurt to go to a few dances.
You mean I can go?
Sure you can, honey.
Gosh, Dad, I won't let it interfere with anything, and I
Don't
promise
worry,
you
I'll believe you.
I hope you have a nice trip, Mr. Gilbert. over. And don't worry about Anne going to the prom or anything.
You bet I won't. I'm sending Bill right along with them.
Sure thing. It's really something the way you taught them.
Would you like to learn how to multiply 2-digit numbers in your head?
Goodbye. Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
It's getting late. I've had 3 picture bags in the car already.
Good. Bye, Jingo. Nine seconds. That's very good. I have to hurry, Daddy. No last minute nonsense now. You know your jobs and responsibilities. My last official act as chairman is to nominate your mother as chairman of the family council. All those in favor?
Aye.
Your mother is now your new chairman.
Daddy, please don't go.
Please, you were just
Here now.
Your father's in a hurry.
Dad, there's still one thing I don't understand.
Just one?
I think I know now why you want us to get ahead. But all you do, all your work to save time for everyone. What I don't understand is, what are you trying to save time for?
For work, that's what you love best. For education, or beauty, or art. For moonlighting heads, that's your heart line. For your heart line. That's what you say.
Right now, it's the happiest time in the world.
No waving goodbye nonsense now. Get along with things. Bye, Jingle, behave yourselves.
Fred, there's your mother chair. Bring yourself a proudly drunk.